Hello guys, if you're still there. Well, I've started now, so I have to check things. That's why I put that little sign there. Hope you're doing well though, as always. Again, if anybody who's waiting for the scheduled live stream, hopefully they're not just waiting there. Because as I thought, scheduling a live stream is not straightforward on YouTube. Well, I'm pretty sure I've got everything set up. It's just that the encoder for OBS just wouldn't work for some reason. It wouldn't pick it up, but here I am doing a spontaneous live stream and it works absolutely fine. Anyway, I don't know. I reckon on Twitch that could have been done easily. But anyway, I could rant about how confusing stuff is on YouTube, but whatever. Anyway, I'm just gonna work on a Patreon pick today. I'm gonna be drawing, well, for now at least, I'm gonna be drawing this guy, Jaune. He's from RWBY, I'm guessing. Yeah, he's from RWBY. A show I did sort of delve into shortly, but then I just lost interest. Yeah, this is what I've done so far. Hey Chan, how is your animation going? Not that great at the moment because I haven't got anything. I'm not doing anything at the moment. Just doing lots of drawing. I mean, I was actually in the middle of, this is about a couple of months back, I was in the middle of doing, not a couple of months back, a couple of weeks back, I was in the middle of an only plays animation, but I've just stopped again. I just can't be bothered right now to animate. Unless you're willing to hire. In that case, I'll do it. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? That's probably a better reference. There we go, Jaune. Oh, time skip version. Of course there's a time skip in a anime inspired show. Of course. Anyway. Still going to be sketching it out. I've got to try and plan this as best as possible. Otherwise it will look crap. Better refine all this first before I delve into the detail. Oh, Deku back at it with the keeping an eye on the numbers. This is a Patreon request, Tom. Like I said, I watched a bit of RWBY, but I think by the third season, I think I just stopped watching it because I just lost interest. I only watched that show out of curiosity. Hang on, where's his sword? Oh. No, let's just get the shapes in first. I've got to try and draw a sort of action-y pose here. I'm definitely out of my comfort zone at the moment. I will say his costume design is odd. Like, why is he wearing like a really casual hoodie under some armour? It just looks odd to me. Everything else looks okay, but it's just the hoodie. It's a really weird mix. Just go for one or the other, you know? He's got like casual jeans on as well. It's very bizarre. It's like a bad cosplayer. But anyway, I'll try and oh, that's too zoomed in. Again, once again, I'm following my rule of not following the guide that I put down. Mind you, actually, this is just a sketch. Just so I have a general idea of what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, about 10 people is average for my streams. Probably could have got a few more people watching because of the scheduling, but it's just so confusing. Why is it needlessly confusing? It just wouldn't accept my encoder for some reason, which is OBS, but here I am streaming, doing a spontaneous stream, and it works fine. I just don't get it. Might have to move his shoulder a bit further in. I'm gonna have fun drawing this armour later. Fun as in struggle really badly. Yeah, I gathered it was you, Sans. You changed your name though. Especially since you've been keeping track of the numbers again. That's a bit of a giveaway. I mean, I don't actually know if these character sheets are legit, but why else would they have character sheets like this? It has to be. Trying to do some foreshadowing here. This is difficult. I'm not animating anything, Doorway. It's a Patreon quest. Patron. Because you see, I should really plug this whenever I can. If you support me on Patreon, you can have a chance of having a character drawn by yours truly. Because you can enter a contest. Wink, wink. I mean, that is the only reason why I'm doing this. So sort of start adding some clothing and whatnot. Honestly, I don't remember when I watched this. I don't remember this character being like this unless he's developed. Since I last watched it. That's the size I'm working at the moment, but when I'm planning I draw lots. I prefer drawing at a smaller size. It's just easier to get stuff down quicker. This is a good sheet. That's why it makes good character sheet. That's what makes me think this is legit. I admire anyone who's actually any good at character sheets, because when I was hired to do one for Prince Vegeta, if you don't know who he is on YouTube, that was not easy. And I've never really done like a character sheet for anybody else besides myself up to that point. But they asked me to do it. Pardon me. Mind you, there's no reference for his shield here. That's kind of annoying. I mean, that's the only one I've got. Actually, I need to make that a bit wider. Because I believe he sticks his sword in this, in the shield, I think. So we gotta make sure it's wide enough. Speaking of which, that's too wide, that sword. I'm drawing Jaune, arc from RWBY. It's a Patreon request. Because if you support me on there, you can have a chance to have a character of your choice drawn by me. Wink wink. I don't do free requests, Deku. Except for that one stream I did. But those are some very, very quick drawings. Because if I started doing loads of free requests, it's unfair for the people on Patreon who've supported me through there. Nah, don't worry about it, man. You're not the first one to ask that. I am a bit worried though, because right now this is actually going okay. Which means something's going to go really wrong in a minute. Forgot to flip. Wait. Oh, thank God there. I almost had a heart attack. I thought I made him left-handed, but I didn't realise I'd flipped horizontally. So that's okay. Save. So his parting's about there. Hi Temmie. Hi Amina. Amina. Sorry if I butcher anybody's names, I'm just really bad at talking. Who is this? It's that guy from RWBY. Actually, hang on. Since a lot of people keep asking who this is, and I keep plugging my Patreon, I should probably update the description. I hope this ain't coming up on the stream. Excuse me. There we go. Anyway. Chat has disappeared, has ran away from me again. There we go. Hi Flame, hope you're doing well. I'm struggling. I know I'm struggling to pronounce his name. Is it Juan or Jaune or I can't remember how they pronounce it. It's been a while since I've watched this show. Also, I didn't really pay attention to this character from what I remember. Oh, it's just John. Then why spell it like that then? Granted, I used to do that back in my DeviantArt days. When I made a character, I would spell it differently to how it's usually spelt, if that makes sense. A bit like that. I mean, the hair's a bit different there, but he is rendered in 3D there. He isn't useful at all. Well, it's obvious that RWBY's inspired by anime, so it sort of makes sense to have that one character that just doesn't do anything useful. That's probably why I don't remember him. I think maybe he was like, from what I remember, he was like the comic relief character. So maybe that's his whole purpose. I'll have to get a better reference for this sword though. That has not helped. He's at least good at whining, oh dear. It's a good thing you said that, because here he's quite serious looking. Well, at least he has some character development by the sounds of it. He's probably a character I would actually like, but I just don't remember him. It's his design that bothers me. Like, the armour's fine, it's just the fact he's got a casual hoodie underneath and casual jeans. Like I said, he looks like a bad cosplayer who didn't have the entire budget. Right. Might have to do those hands again. There we go, first proper mistake. Now we're back on form. How would I change his design? Well, it's just the fact he's got like this sort of knight, like, you know, sort of knight armor on. I would get rid of the hoodie. Well, I'd get rid of the casual clothing and just do something else. Like, just give him more armor or something. I mean, the boots are fine. I mean, just why is he wearing jeans as well? I don't know, just anything but casual clothing for him. I mean, I remember the other characters of RWBY weren't like that, really. Don't know what angle I should do this sword, actually. I can't decide. I shouldn't complain about his armour too much. It's like you see other anime or whatever with quote-unquote armour that isn't actually practical at all. At least here it's like, you know, sort of practical. I mean, his chest is actually being protected. This is sort of going okay. Can you be the judge? Mind you, if it starts going south, that's okay, I've got other plans. Yeah, I don't really remember that. But like I said, I think I watched it at the end of the second season. Or third season? I can't remember. Yeah, I remember that much. Sappy. Yeah, I remember that much. Spoilers, by the way, people. Mind you, I stopped watching it about 2 or 3 years ago, so I don't think we're spoiling anything here. I'm not sure about this hand, to be honest. Or like the angle he's holding the sword, because I would imagine that's quite a heavy sword. If I'm meant to change the angle, I'm going to have to change the angle of the hand as well. Foreshadowing. Yeah, you really are. You're really keeping track of the numbers. Better than YouTube, probably. Not sure about this hand. Sorry, I'm a bit quiet, guys. I'm just got nothing interesting to say, and also I'm concentrating a little bit. But if you're enjoying my silence, make sure to hit that like button. Oh yeah, I haven't done his lack of a better term, his shoulder thingamajig. Oh wait, no, that is the technical term. Thanks, Will. That's kind of you to say. It's not always the case, though. At least this is going reasonably well for me. For a character I've never drawn before. I think we're close to doing cleanup though. I've got to make sure I get the planning right first. I'm like that half the time, Deku. Just feeling sleepy during the day. Could be because I'm sleep deprived. Might make his hair a bit longer actually. Mind you, if you're sleepy, you shouldn't be watching my streams. You're counting numbers as well, that never helps. Pardon me. Time to clean up, I guess. Mind you, hang on. Gonna have to get a better reference for that sword. If there is one. Okay, I'm relying on that. Oops. That's... Go away. There we go. Oh, I'll just put it there. Sorry about that, I was just getting a reference. A better reference for the sword. Wow, this is well off. Guess planning wasn't that good. You know what? I'm going to cheat you here. In a minute. Apparently that's right. Time to cheat a little bit. Crossguard, what that? I'm assuming it's just this bit. I know nothing about swords. Except they're good for making a sandwich with. Luckily his sword design is relatively simple. Actually, I need to put some armour on his fingers. Again, his armour doesn't make any sense. He's got armour on his fingers, I'm assuming, and then he's wearing leather on his... oh, I don't know. Oh wait, no, he has got like a little guard thing. I take it back. For some reason I thought he only had protection on his fingers. Oh really? There's loads of friggin' this on the friggin' handle, whatever you call it. That can't be comfortable to wear. To hold, sorry. Thank you, Otaku. And thank you, Drav, as well. It's nice to know I'm doing something right. Hang on a sec. Just want to double check something. That's okay. I draw with a pen, Drav. Pen and screen tablet. In other words, Wacom or Wacom Cintiq 13 HD. Oops. CTL 672. I've never heard of that. Time to cheat again. Straight line tool is your friend. Wow, I got that completely wrong. Providing this reference is reliable. Oh dear, that was terrible. Damn, Decker, you've been tracking people for over an hour now. GG. Mind you, I should probably mention, I could probably just see the numbers myself, but I've got chat in the way, so... Hi, Breakbot. Hope you're doing well, thanks for popping in. Once again, I appreciate all you guys sticking by, watch me do stroms. It's appreciated. Because it gives me incentive to do more. Hi, Crow. Sorry, I didn't see you there. Thanks for popping in again as well. I try and remember as many names as possible. But if you regularly pop in, I probably will just remember you. I will remember your name in that case. Ready for some art? I hope it's already come. Or came, I should say. No, come. Come. I think what I'll do for the foreground, because his shield's just a tiny bit closer, gonna make the line a little bit thicker. Or maybe I won't. Change my mind on that. Instantly. Can I do this in one go? Probably not. Senpai notices us. I mean, the whole point of streams is to interact with people. Am I wrong? I mean, you guys are pretty lucky that I do remember you, because my memory's pretty bad sometimes. Like my memory with this show, with RWBY. Don't remember anything about it. Yeah, I want to get rid of this. Get rid of that sword now. I don't need it. Oh, there's like a pattern down here I missed. Crap. Oh god, that was disgusting. Ugh. Don't want to lower the tone a bit, guys, but have you ever had like a burp where you think you're going to be sick? I just had that. It was disgusting. Ugh. I haven't had one of those in a while. Ugh. I'm going to have to get a drink. That was like, it's in my mouth. BRB, guys. Right. That's slightly better. That was disgusting. That was like proper acid reflux. Which I love living with, by the way. Being slightly more cleansed, I guess. See, milk doesn't really help me because, and I don't think it really should help because it's got lactic acid. Really, it's just to drink water or have a like Gaviscon or whatever they call it. Part of the reason why they changed my diet. So yeah, if you're enjoying me talk about acid reflux, guys, make sure to hit that like button. Okay, this is going to be a bit annoying to do. This little symbol. I think I've done it wrong as well, like, that's like a semicircle. But that's alright. We can cheat again. Let's talk about heartburn. Luckily, I don't think I've ever suffered from heartburn. Not that I can recall. That's my attempt at a perfect circle. Comedy gold! I think I've done exactly the same thing I did. I just rubbed out, only bigger. Copy. Shrinkage. That's better. Oh yeah, of course, heartburn's got something to do with, it's basically like acid reflux, isn't it? In a sense. I don't know, as you can tell I'm not a very knowledgeable person. Except when it comes to drawing. What the? Why is that line so wonky? Let's try it again. I think my computer's lagging a little bit for some reason. Unless it's just me being in it. Oh. Why is that line so wobbly? I think it's just me. Don't blame the software. Need to move a little bit as well. When is the stream going to be over? Probably when I get this pick done. I didn't think I would take so long on it. So I was actually going to draw another request on the stream. But I don't think I'm going to have the time at this rate. I was only planning to stream for a couple hours. Maybe 3, if we're lucky. That's generally how long these streams last. Except for the last one I had, but that was because I was just being a douche. Ah, I see now. See, I learned so much on these streams. Yeah, it's not as catchy either. Oh wait, that's not like... Again, I drew that out completely wrong. I'd say it's more inspired by anime. Even though I don't really watch a lot of anime these days. But at the same time, some of my style is inspired by stuff I grew up watching. Like Samurai Jack, Dexter's Lab. I know you guys probably can't see that in my style, but those kinds of shows helped me made me realise what kind of shapes you can see in like drawing bodies, if that makes sense. God, how many times did I draw that like bit over and over? I think I lost count there. I guess you can call it the golden age. Even though in my opinion, every era has their good shows and their shit shows. We just happen to forget the bad ones. Oh, of course, another show that like heavily inspired me was Justice League, and like Batman the Animated Series as well. Though more towards Justice League though, because that was on Cartoon Network. I was a massive fan of Justice League back in the day. Angela Anaconda, that does ring a bell. I'm going to Google that. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was not my cup of tea at all. Just didn't like the art style. Of course, as a kid, that was like really important. What other shows did I used to really like? Like I said, one of my favourite shows by a mile was Ed, Ned and Eddie. I don't think that was made by the. Don't think Cartoon Network was behind that. They were the ones that just distributed it. Dexter's Lab, Powerpuff Girls. I was really a Cartoon Network fanboy. Didn't really watch a lot of Nickelodeon or Disney till a later age. An older age, I should say. Like, can I drop drawing that shoulder now and actually do something else? I think I'll fiddle around with it long enough. Say what? Mighty Max, I don't really recall that. Oh, of course, another one, very obvious one, is Dragon Ball Z. At the time, I loved that show. Of course, now I'm fed up of bloody seeing it everywhere. Again, that's another show that inspired me a lot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've watched a few shows that were super niche, as you would say. Just trying to recall, what they were. But again, that was probably later on, not when I was a kid. Save. Can't believe I've done that again. Like an hour and a half into the stream and haven't saved, I don't think. Oops. It's been going on for about an hour and a half. Thanks, Artem. It's always nice when people say that. Even though I don't really think that myself. Some of them make me cringe, to be honest, these days. Yeah, I guess those shows, like stuff I grew up with, has sort of moulded my humour. Especially Edna and Eddie, I guess. I don't want to sound like a sellout, but some of the humour in that comic isn't necessarily my style of humour, because if I started doing my own style of humour, I think a lot of people will get confused. Or just can't bear the silliness, because I love silly humour as well. Or like sort of surreal humour as well, something I really like. But I don't really want to implement that into my comic, because I don't want to confuse people too much. Basically what I'm trying to say, most of the jokes that are in that comic aren't just for me, if that makes sense. I know a lot of people, some people might think, oh that's a bit of a sellout thing to do, but you know, you've got to think about your audience when you're doing these things. If you want to be, you want people to be interested in your work, obviously another show that shaped my humour was The Simpsons, I think. I mean, Simpsons was, again, another show I loved. And now it's outstayed its welcome and I'm sick of seeing it. Apart from watching the old episodes. I'll see you later, short dude. Thanks for popping by again. I know, some of these streams go really quickly, which I'm okay with. I think it's down to you guys. You make the time go by a bit faster. Does he actually have a little bit on his nose? It's really hard to see. Actually, his nose is a bit different. Once this is my style, I need to bear that in mind. That's what I was saying earlier, Crow. He's like, his design is a bit odd, in my opinion. Like you said there, he's all geared up, and then he's just got like a hoodie and jeans underneath. Like as I said, it's like a cosplayer, but who's on a budget. I don't know, I shouldn't criticise so much. Costume designing or character designing isn't easy. Wait. Thanks, Sappy. As long as people like it. Again, I still can't believe how like passionate people are over there on Webtoon. Oh yeah, sorry, I missed. I saw your reply earlier, but I didn't address it for some reason. Draw for yourself first, then others. I kind of do when I do parodies, at least. Like, I sort of do stuff like that's the kind of stuff when I sort of do things for myself, as well as for other people. Granted, some of my humour is in the comic. Don't get me wrong. But I do get... I like trying to get other people to laugh though, if that makes sense. Again, that's probably for a lot of people who try to write comedy. So with that Naruto parody I've done, that was sort of like, that was just an excuse to put all my criticisms about the show in an animation and joke about the things that bothered me. Didn't he make his armour? I don't know, I can't recall. I don't think I had any interest in this character, to be honest, back when I was watching RWBY. I think that was another problem with when I was watching RWBY. I didn't like, usually I have like a favourite character or a character I like, sort of like. I didn't really like any of the characters, to be honest. Not as in they're bad, it's just like I didn't really have a favourite. I mean, it's always nice to have a favourite character, isn't it? Or a character you're keen on, at least. But again, that's just me. The show's not there to please everybody. Also, I didn't, like I said, I didn't mind them. It's just I didn't really have like, I didn't really have a favourite. It's hard to explain. I guess I wasn't. Oh, I'm lost for the word. Invested. That's it. Yeah, I just wasn't invested in characters at all. I mean, you can't say I didn't give the show a chance. I watched it for 3 seasons, I think, 3 or 2 seasons. Oh, you like my How to Train Your Dragon one? See there, Sappy, that's sort of my stupid humour. And yet it's one of the videos that got like the most dislikes. Like the dislike ratio is like bigger than the others. Like, that's my that's lean more towards my kind of humour. It gives you some insight to it at least. In fact, that animation was inspired by a conversation me and my friend were having, I think. Like the whole parachute thing. Should have trained my parachute, Dad. No one's gotta get this joke, Dad. I think for the most part, cleanup is done. I think this is going alright. Anyway, going back to RWBY, another thing that bothered me. This is granted, this is not the only show that does it, but from what I remember, I don't think it did it at the start of the show, but it started introducing too many characters like at once, like in one season. I was like, oh, hang on, and then characters get like pushed aside. That's one thing I can't stand with some anime. Like, they've been doing that sort of thing since Dragon Ball Z, and it really annoys me. I'm probably a minority in that because they keep doing it, especially in like shonen anime. Like, if you're going to start introducing loads and loads of characters, try and you know, give some time for us to know them. Like, I know I slag off Naruto, but at least it tried to do that properly. Like, again, that's a show with loads of characters, but at least they tried to flesh them out whenever they could. Well, they did it eventually. One thing I can compliment that show, and the fight scene is pretty well animated as well, some of them. So that's as far as I go in terms of complimenting Naruto. I have a love-hate relationship with that. Right, time to do some colouring. I think that's clean up done. Oh, wait. There's a bit of a sword here that hasn't been... finished off. Oh, don't get me wrong, I could see why RWBY's liked so much. I mean, I do remember there was a few fights that were pretty well animated. I know it's in like that weird 3D, but you know, they have to compromise with the budget they have, because it's all independently funded, remember? Granted, I think it would benefit if it wasn't done in like free, like it's done in Poser, which is like I've used Poser. It's a really it's a cheap program for what it is. Don't get me wrong, but it is limited. Anyway, colouring. I won't use that. I guess I'll just cheat and use the eyedrop tool. Here we go! Oops. Why has it done that? Oh. The reason it's doing that is because I haven't closed this gap here enough. Because the colour just bleeds out otherwise. That's the only way this will work. Dropping in colours like this. That's what I was saying, Tom. Like, I hate shows that chuck new characters in and they just disappear. Like, if anything, that's worse. Just randomly getting rid of them. Like, if it's a villain for like the series, like the season or whatever, that's fine. You can sort of get away with that. I mean, there is nothing wrong with introducing new characters, but I hate when they just shove like they just give you loads of them at once. It's like, what? Slow down. Like, you're not gonna be able to flesh those characters out within a season or whatever. Spoon feed us this stuff. Again, I shouldn't criticise the show so much. I mean, it's done well for itself. No doubt about it. Whoa. YMG? What is that? Do you mean DYG? In terms of doing anything animated, it's not going to happen at this rate. Because I'll need extra help, or I need extra funding to do that. I mean, I would like to do an animated pilot of it, at least. I mean, that would be a good plug for it as well. But I'd need a bit of funding, to be honest, to do that. Oh, as you just said there, 24-minute ep is like something I'd like to do. Not necessarily an opening. Well, I'd probably do an opening, but I'd need the fundings, to be honest. But hey, if that ever came into fruition, that would be like 2 years worth of streaming content right there. Another thing as well is just time to do that sort of thing. Nichijou, I think I have watched a little bit of that. Is that the... I think I have watched it. I watched a few episodes of it and I laughed my ass off at it. Just googling it. Yeah, My Ordinary Life. Yeah, I've watched some of that with my friend. It's bonkers. Again, that actually, that's a show. I'm not entirely sure why I haven't watched the entire thing yet, because from what I've seen, it's hilarious. I guess another excuse for me is that having the time to watch all these shows. Oops. Need to catch up with the comments here. Going a bit too quick for me. Oh. No, don't commission me to do that sort of things. It's not going to happen. And trust me, people have tried. I mean, come on, guys. Give me $2 million and I might consider it. Is this actually a screenshot on the show? Because he looks better here. That's what I mean. This show would benefit if it was if it wasn't in 3D, but they kind of don't have the choice. They don't have the budget for it. Wait, I've got that colour. Got these colours the wrong way around. Should be like that. And like that, there we go. I wouldn't, in all seriousness, I wouldn't do it. I mean, to be honest, I don't like drawing that sort of stuff anyway. Also, it's a really stupid move to do that sort of thing. Like, DYG is not meant to be for adults, really. I sort of aim for, like, it's sort of like for teenagers. And if I ever actually got anywhere with it, and people find out I was drawing that sort of stuff of it, it would just be such a bad move to make. Also, I'm just not interested in drawing that sort of stuff. Again, that goes... Yeah, they sort of can though, Crow. Apart from my fans though, my fans are great. This sword is the wrong colour, isn't it? It's like a sort of... The only reason I say some teenagers can get on my nerves is because I used to work at a school full of teenagers, and God, that's all I'll say about that. Now let's not generalise here. Not all teenagers are little shits. Mind you, if you work at a school with 1,200 students, there's a chance there are going to be a few of them that are a bit mischievous and cheeky. Well, that's the base colour put down. No, it's not done yet. Now it is. Christ, this is taking a long time. Just realised it's been almost 2 hours. Pardon me. Sorry that I'm so gassy, guys. I hope you don't smell that. I hear Scott's in the background. That's because it's Worms Armageddon soundtrack. Right. Now, where's the light source coming from? Thinking emoji. I guess I'll try and make him look like a badass and have it coming from behind him. Or on this side. I'll put that there to just remind me. Where's the light source? Yeah, I don't feel bad for my teachers. I think I was a goody two-shoes. Well, not a goody two-shoes. Actually, I did quite bad at school, but I was just generally quite quiet. Mind you, for the most part, I sort of hated school. That is the only bit of Gordon Ramsay I've ever watched, is that clip of him going, "Where is the lamb sauce?" See, that sort of gives you a hint as to the kind of things that make me laugh. It's just stupid shit like that. Where's lamb sauce? It's just the pain in his face when he says it. I love it. And it's all about lamb sauce. Again, I won't know how well this looks until I've actually done this part of the process. The Ramsay gang, oh my god. What, just 5 like Gordon Ramsays in the same situation? In a rom-com. Hey, if I've ever out of ideas, I might have to steal that. All sharing their passion for lamb sauce. That would confuse my subscribers over there so much if I did an episode like that. This is possibly the best topic we've talked about on stream. I mean, I probably would do it, but it requires me to draw it, so probably not. Yeah, I must admit, 3D animation is not, well, from what I've seen at least, like putting 3D in anime can be very jarring. But you have to compromise sometimes when it comes to animation, especially if you're on a budget. It's just the world we live in. What you got to bear in mind, I have a suspicion that Japanese animators are seriously underpaid, probably, as well. That's just me speculating, though. Could be entirely wrong. Right, let's see how well this looks. Why is that leaving a gap? That's alright. Just fill that in. Yeah, of course you could do a 3D animation there. It can look good. Even for TV, like, see some of the stuff the French are doing with, what's it called? Miraculous Ladybug. I never watched it, but I've seen the animation and it's really good for a TV show. Just sort of, again, they probably have a bigger budget. That's the thing you've got to bear in mind. By the way, I'm using a black here on the hoodie because it's a dark colour. Just so you know. And the rest I'm using like a very dark, I guess sort of maroon. Because I'm going for a warmish feel here. Yeah, that's the thing as well. You really, if you're making a show and it's doing pretty well, you need to try and meet the demand of it. Because otherwise people just end up losing interest. But at the end of the day, it's mainly down the budget for these things. Networks aren't willing to spill out loads of money for these shows. Or just compromise however they can, as long as it's good enough. It's like even now with like, even though it's still a huge, it's still watched massively worldwide. The Simpsons, they've compromised a hell of a lot with the animation. And yet they can afford to not do that, but they still do. But that's because the network won't give them enough money for it. Or they got to meet time restraints, like you said. Time frames. Even though they can afford to give it time, people would still watch it. But you know, it's just how it is. Yep, that's pretty much the case. Yep, that's the only reason why it's still going. It's like with anything, if people are still watching it, it won't go away. There are some exceptions though. Like I haven't watched it. I've watched a few episodes of it, but it's nice that Adventure Time finally decided to call it a day. But at the same time, would it have lasted this long if there weren't such a huge fan base? I think not. I don't think it would have lasted 10 seasons. Well, I don't think they even planned to do 10 seasons. That's just me though. Again, I haven't watched the show. Maybe they did plan 10 seasons. Oops. Right, let's see how good this looks. It's not really going to have a background though. Might be a different colour. Might put some backlight in on him, but right, I've just copied that layer because if my brain will work, just want to add a bit more extra shadows in places where it's a bit more severe. Like there, for example, where his throat is. Maybe here as well. I'll rub out the rest, I don't, in a minute. Bit here as well, I guess. Bit there as well. Oh. This bit hasn't been coloured in. There we go. All that. Bosh bosh, zum zum wallop. Bit more. Now to get rid of that. Not like that. Still not like that. Why is it doing that? Work with me here. Why is this not working? There we go. Don't know what happened there, it just didn't want to work with me. It's a bit annoying. I don't have an opinion on it, Tom. I only watched a few episodes of it. Well, it's not necessarily a bad thing if a show is bad at the start, because that means there's been improvement. Again, going back to The Simpsons, the first season wasn't that good at all. But then look how well it eventually became to be, and now it's gone back to the point of outstaying its welcome, which is a shame. But hey ho. Oh, you know what? I've done this completely backwards. That was a waste of time. I'll do it this way instead because it's not working with me at the moment. Do it this way instead then. Wow, I was aiming for the 2.5 hour mark and we might actually make it. What's this? What's this line doing here? Go away. Don't remember putting you there. Right, let's try this again. Again, that's a show. Eventually, I will have eventually watch it. I mean, I have no excuse now. The show's finished. I mean, I can't really judge it, to be honest. Because I remember being like this with Steven Universe, and then I ended up watching it and actually really liking it. So. At least with RWBY, I can sort of give it criticism because I actually gave it a chance. Right. That's looking a bit better, don't you think, guys? I'm going to copy that layer in case I change my mind on this. Just going to soften some of the edges a little bit. Gently. Gentle. Only going to blend the edges that are a bit more rounded in shape. Wait, that's on a different layer. Right, a couple of more things and I'll be done, guys. I can't believe we're actually going to probably make it to the 2 hours and 30-minute mark, which is what I aimed for as well. Once again, thanks to everybody who's came by, even if you're not here now, it's appreciated. And for those who have basically stuck for the entire stream, thanks very much. Makes these streams worthwhile. And of course you can show your appreciation by hitting that like button. They do not have to at all. It just helps. Even though I wish that wasn't the case, if I had it my way. Yeah, smash that like button. Sorry, I keep saying hit that like button. You gotta smash it. Of course, I'm doing it all wrong. I meant to ask for likes at the beginning of the stream, rather than during it, because that's what modern YouTubers do these days, and it doesn't piss me off at all. It's like their priorities. It says something about their priorities. I want to smash. Right. That's like reflective light, so I'm going to copy that layer. Control G. Gaussian blur. Whatever it's called, I don't freaking know. It's hard to see because don't need that. What background colour should I do for him? I honestly don't know. Oops. And Port Kill Tail 2. What? What have I missed? Oh, Angelin. Once again, you've came at a really bad time because I'm going to be ending soonish. Time zone is not kind to you because it is like 11:30 here. Oh, why is it that colour? I'm not going for anything special here for the backlight. This is not the main. These aren't the main focus. Also, I've got to come to a compromise. One last thing. Backlight. Going to reference the line layer, so click that little lighthouse. Actually, I don't need to do that because I'll be doing this. Should do. I'll get the soft eraser. Where is it? There we go. And now we're gonna rub it out. For where the light is not hitting is where the light is not hitting him. Ah, that sucks, man. Thanks, Otaku, as well. Thanks for sticking by. Thanks to everybody who stopped by, of course. I know you probably get tired of hearing me saying this now, but I have to show my appreciation. Well, that's pretty much it, guys. 2.5 hours, as I planned. Amazing. If only I could time other things better. The danger zone. Again, I did try scheduling this earlier, and YouTube just didn't want to cooperate with me. So I had to do spontaneous stream again. Wait, that's the wrong layer. Again, next stream will probably be either Monday or Tuesday. Not tomorrow because I'll be seeing my friend. It's the only time in a week I get to see him now. Holy crap, I actually finished a drawing on stream. I think that's a first. Like, properly. Like, this is actually what I wanted to do, and I actually did it. I don't think I'll be correcting anything off stream, because it looks fine to me. So yeah, that'll do, guys. Literally just hit 2.5 hour mark. I guess, Crow, the easiest thing to do is for people to follow me on Twitter, which is at KeeperOfPork if you want to, because that's when I usually make announcements. Or maybe I will post on there. I keep forgetting there's like a community thing you can post. Pardon me. Anyway. That's it for now, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. I think it came out alright. Actually quite pleased. This is the first where I've been pleased with a drawing on stream. Make sure I save though. So yeah, anyway. I do have an Instagram. I think it is just KeeperOfPork, but I don't use it. Okay, that'll do, guys. I'm gonna bugger off now. Oh, see you later, Crow. Thanks again, Otaku. It's the only social media I use, basically, besides YouTube, is Twitter, so... So yeah, it's at KeeperOfPork on Twitter. If you want to keep up to date with like any announcements, or if you want to watch me, or if you want to see me post random rants, usually me ranting about YouTube. I mean, it's the only thing I can think of, like. Because scheduling a live stream doesn't work for me. The encoder or something just doesn't want to play ball for some reason. I just don't understand it. It's not straightforward either. Like, I wish it was just a really straightforward thing where you schedule a live stream and that's it. And then once you're ready, you go live. Simple as that. It's like with doing spontaneous live streaming. Anyway, I'm going to go now, guys. So yeah, see you later. Thanks again. And I'll catch you probably in the next couple of days. Okay, see you later, bye. Oh yeah, make sure to smash that like button.